Arthur Nunez with the solo punch will take it up by himself. But he has looked for them.
Welcome. This is episode 7, Football Ballers, and it's Monday night. I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody had a good day. But we're going to be talking about Liverpool FC specifically. We're going to be talking about Klopp. We're going to be talking about Darwin Núñez. We're going to be talking about Diaz, and we're going to be talking about where they go, and Mo Salah, where they go from here. If we think they're going to be unloaded to another team, or do you think Liverpool is going to keep him? That's what tonight's video is about. This is episode 7 of Football Ballers. I'm going to bring in my co-keys, my partner in crime, Toto Abba.
Yeah, big up, man.
How's it going, bro?
Yeah, going good.
The new setup for the Ballers?
Yeah, it looks good, man. It looked good, solid. There's some good work there, man. It looks really good. But yeah, today, had a karting race, got screwed over. Well, what do you expect, man? Yeah. Let's go straight to the point. But look, I had an alright race. Overtook everyone. I was having an absolute brilliant race. Going there with absolute massive headache as well. And going there, finishing fourth. Started 6th as well, finishes 4th. I was catching up towards the podium. I was just there, but I was like 9/10 behind the podium. And then there was a lot of unexperienced drivers, back markers, got in the way, had to go for a full call stop, yellow flags, had to slow down. It was absolutely a catastrophe when I went there. I was absolutely driving my heart out, catching. Then it was back markers. And plus, what do you expect? It's car dependent, really. So just, advice when people go there, man. Just go there, open mind. Because it's rental karting, and that's the only thing you got to think about. Rental karting, anything can happen,
Oh yeah.
Because rental karting,
I know it's one of them. Look at the draw.
Yeah, but look, that's what's happening. Finished 4th, I'm happy. Drove my heart out, and that's all I can hope for.
Yeah, man, it is what. Look, just keep plugging away, man. It's the rental cars, like you just said.
Yeah.
When it comes to the rental cars, it's the luck of the draw. Long as you just keep moving, keep driving, keep doing your thing. Yeah, man. So for me today, nothing much today. Kind of a quiet day. I spent it's my day off today, so I spent most of the time doing some thumbnails and getting a new backdrop for the channel. This will be our backdrop for Football Ballers going forward. We're going to have one for the player ratings as well. The same one, not the same one as this, but we're going to have a permanent backdrop for the player ratings, and we're going to have one for the a player. And I'll play prediction. We're going to have one for the play prediction, one for the Football Ballers, and just one for, I think, live reaction. So with this free permanent thumbnails we're going to have, like backdrops. Because I was thinking every time we've done our videos, I just thought it was all right originally when we used to have our thumbnails as a backdrop. But I just thought, I want to change it up and try and look a bit more professional for the channel. I know we don't get many views anyway, but it's nice. Presentation is everything. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm glad you like it, Toto, because the next one you're going to design. There you go. So who should we talk about first? Let's start with Jurgen. Let's start with Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp been at the he's been at, I think he's 8 years now. He's been at the club. He won us our Premier League, which I was so happy. I know it was under the COVID era, but he won us the Premier League, and it was good. Brilliant time. I know it was COVID, but it's still good. Still the Premier League. And he won us the Champions League, got us our 6th Champions League title, which was absolutely amazing. We'll never ever forget. And he also won us our like the Super Cup, and you know, you win the Champions League, you win the Super Cup, and it is what it is. But he won us a lot of trophies. Should he have done more? Maybe. Yeah, I think he should have achieved more. For the manager, Klopp is world-class manager, elite manager. There's not many elite managers in the Premier League today. I mean, in the world. You got Ancelotti, you got Pep, and then you got Klopp. For me, they're the only 3 elite managers in the world today in world football. So, I'm going to ask you, what do you think Klopp should have done more? I don't know what you think, and then we'll get onto the signings after.
Well, I think it was Paul Joyce who reported it. I don't know, one of the top ones, that Liverpool wanted FSG owners and, of course, wanted Nkunku. You know Nkunku is that centre forward for Chelsea. That I don't know why Chelsea don't play him. They're one of those most best centre forwards, and played absolute wicked for the Red Bulls back in the Bundesliga. I think Salzburg or something like that. I don't know. But why didn't we go for Nkunku? They had an option between Nkunku and Nunes. And
they're trying to get a Klopp preferred Nunes. He went for Nunes.
Klopp requested Nunes. And everyone's saying, okay, so Klopp has a say in transfers. Now, I don't know about the other transfers by Endo and McAllister and Szoboszlai. They were good transfers. They were good by Klopp. But the only problem I have is the Nunes situation. Why didn't we go for Nkunku? You know, Nkunku, an absolute beast in the Bundesliga, one of the top goal scorers, multiplayer of the months. Why didn't he try go for Nkunku? I understand why I went for Nunes, you know, because, you know, I actually don't know why I went for Nunes, you know, but Nkunku was the better option. I know Nunes had better Champions League record, and we all know that. He actually cooked in the Champions League. One of the top goal scorers, one of the best off that left side, and he was an absolute beast for Benfica and in the Champions League. Darwin Nunes was for Benfica. But I think the most clinical striker wasn't Nkunku. It's got to be. You know, why didn't we go for that? He would have cooked so good at Liverpool. I can't really trust them playing him. You know, they played that fraud Drogba in striker instead of Nkunku. Why?
I don't know. That's Chelsea for you. I don't know. I ain't got a clue, bro.
I'm sitting here shocked. Why didn't we buy Nkunku? I'm shocked. That was Klopp's decision, and he went for Nunes. So what we can say from our perspective is that Klopp has a say in transfers. It's simple as that. You know,
whose perspective?
Our perspective.
I thought you said Arsenal then.
No, Arsenal. Our perspective.
Yeah, but you know what? Originally, Klopp and Edwards were equal up with transfers. They both used to discuss it. But as Klopp progressed in his job as Liverpool manager, Klopp wanted more saying over the transfers. Because before it was just him and Edwards. They used to look at the players what were coming in, and that they used to make decisions together. But obviously, as Klopp was longer in the club and he got more established, started to win more things, he wanted more power, more say over the transfers, which is fair enough. If you're in a job, you start a job, and then you progress in a job, you want the perks, you want more power. That's how it goes. I understand. But Edwards and Klopp fell out, and this is why Edwards left originally. Now, people are saying that they wanted a Cuckoo, whatever his name is, yeah? But Klopp wanted, but not a lot of people know this, you know. Not a lot of people know that, and this is fact. Klopp wanted Son from Tottenham. He wanted Son. He was going to be Mane's replacement, right? You know, Son from Tottenham. Son hung with Min, right? He was going to be Mane's replacement at Liverpool. Klopp publicly said that. He said, look, I wanted Son. We tried to get him, and he didn't work out. But he would have been a perfect replacement. I got the words from here. He says, we've looked back. I actually got the quote from here, the words from Jurgen Klopp. Said, since becoming Liverpool manager in 2015, after that final, you know, when we beat Tottenham in the final? Yeah. He wanted Son after that. He wanted Son. He tried to get him after 2022, and he didn't work. Work out. So we got saddled. So we got saddled with Nunes, but he wanted Son originally. I know he wanted the Cuckoo. I know that. I get it. But he wanted Son. for the Mane replacement, but it didn't work out like that. You get me? It didn't work out, and I don't know why it didn't work out. We're never gonna know that, but that's what it happened. He wanted Son originally.
Yeah, because any manager that has like low power, not low power, like mid power, like Klopp's power, for example, can request transfers. Not serious in control. I know I'm contradicting myself saying he's controlling transfer. I never said he has full control over transfers. That's something I didn't say. I said he has a say in transfers, not control over transfers.
Yeah.
He has a say over transfers. He can request transfers, but it's either that FSG rejects or accepts it. FSG accepted the request, and Klopp went on to buy Nunes. That's exactly what happened. What Klopp should have done is requested Nkunku because FSG wanted Nkunku. FSG wanted Nkunku. Yeah, and Klopp didn't want Nkunku, he wanted Nunes. That's why he accepted.
No,
Nunes.
but he wants his song. Yeah, but he wants his song as well. He want no. It's right what you're saying. He said, look, that after Liverpool's win over Spurs in 2022, Klopp took a praising to, he took a liking to Son. He asked about him, didn't work out, so they went for Nunes instead as well. He wanted Son. He did want Nkunku, but he wanted Son as well. But it didn't work out, so we got saddled. So basically, Nunes was the third option. It was Son, the Nkunku, and the third option was Nunes. That's why we got stuck with Nunes. That's what people don't know. People just said, "Oh, he went for Nunes straight away." No, he never. He went for Nkunku, what you said, and he also went for Son. It didn't work out, so we went for Nunes. He was the third option. Because they tried to get him in. They wanted a Mane replacement. Because I knew Mane. For personally, me, I would have tried to keep Mane at the club. Mane was absolutely amazing at the club. He should have kept Mane there. I know he wanted it. I think he wanted the same amount of money as he wanted what Salah was on, because Salah signed his new contract then. And I think it didn't work out, and that's why he left. I think so. But yeah, it didn't work out for Klopp. Now I'm going to look at other players that Klopp also wanted and he didn't get as well.
So one thing to say before you get on to the next point. I'm sorry, it's not FSG, it's recruitment team. So FSG had no say in this. It was recruitment team. So it's just to correct myself.
Okay. So yeah. So we're gonna move this over here. So yeah. So look, like I said, things doesn't always work out, the way you want it to. And I think, when Klopp was saying, look, I tried, there's only so much I can do, and it's time to go. I reckon he knew Edwards was coming back into the club, right? Obviously, we found out about Edwards after, but I think Klopp knew before us. Yeah, he knew what was going on. He knew there was movement in the back. Yeah, and he probably thought to himself, "It's time to go now. It's time to go." Because him and Edwards never got on. You get me? They never got on. And I think that's what happened. He saw the writing on the wall, and he thought, "Well, you know what? This is the way. I think it's time to bow out." This is why he always said, "I want to leave the club in a good place." He didn't want to bow out like Alex Ferguson when Alex Ferguson was at Man United and Ferguson left Man United and left him in the crapper. He didn't want to do that. So, on to the next one. Tukanami. 22-year-old at the time from France International. We know that Klopp wanted him at the club. He wanted to bring him into the club. The club was keen to bring Tukanami to Anfield at the end of the last season after missing out on both Premier League, Champions Leagues, and the Premier League. So we missed out on Champions League, missed out on the Premier League, and he wanted to bring in Tukanami. You know about Tukanami. You know he's a baller, and he missed out. And that is how Liverpool failed to sign the top class midfielder as well. So what you saying, man?
You know why? We've got a rubbish recruitment team. You know,
Klopp asked for Tukanami, and they didn't give it him.
I know because they're rejected. They're rejected. This is what I mean. We've got a bad recruitment team.
This is why we should have offered more money.
Our recruitment team has all say on that, right? But if they just reject Klopp just like that, Klopp has nothing to do. Plus, we ain't got the money either. You know,
and I think we have got the money. We have got the money.
Yeah, we got money, but
for
some reason we're just not accepting it. You know, the recruitment team isn't accepting it. And I don't know why. This is why when the new manager comes in, fresh start. But my thoughts.
He won't have no power. The new manager won't. All the power is going to be with Edwards.
I know, but at least look. This is why sorry for not talking about Tsukunami. I think this is why we should bring De Zerbi in from Brighton. He had Premier League experience, and if you think about it, I know he's not doing the best for Brighton, but he's doing what he can with Brighton. He's doing all right, right? He did all right against us. He pushed us to a curb, but of course we got the win from it, but barely got the win. You know, they pushed us hard. But De Zerbi, right? He has his.
I know we're talking. I know.
He got his good recruitment system. You know, he got Casado young.
Mhm.
I think he bought him for like 5-10 million, sold him for 100 plus. That's the kind of thing we need. But onto the Tsukunami situation, if we had Tsukunami at Liverpool, you know how much good would be in that midfield spot. Know how much depth we would have. You know, we had Endo.
This is why we failed it. This is why we. Go on.
Go on, Sola. You're gonna say something.
This is why we failed in 2023 because we were failed to sign a top class midfielder. We brought in McAllister and brilliant midfielder, but we still needed more. We brought in Sabazaline, which obviously that didn't work out. He wanted Tsukunami, and again, they failed. They were failed to join Liverpool. That's not on Klopp. Klopp wanted Tsukunami, and we didn't get him. So when we won all the Champions League, we won all the league, and we're still a top club, but we had the momentum behind us. We had a chance to buy these top players, and it didn't work out because we've got a budget at this club, and we can't go over the budget because it's the way Liverpool are, and that's the way Liverpool run the FSG. This is why FSG are the enemy. Liverpool failed to sign a top class midfielder in the summer and suffered consequences with a slow start to the 2023 campaign. Facts. And this is why he wanted Tsukunami. He wanted Tsukunami. He was 22-year-old at the time, France international, and it didn't work out. And this is what happens when you don't sign the big boys. When you don't want to put your hand in your pocket, this is what happens. You reach for the youth. What could Klopp do? He had to reach for the youth. You know, he had to go low. He had to lower his standards, which was Dominic Szoboszlai. He didn't want him originally. He wanted Tsukunami, and people always want to blame Klopp, but it is what it is, isn't it? So another player what was linked to Liverpool in 2020, which we're going to move on to, is Timo Werner.
Yeah.
But the reason why that failed is because, you know, when we had the global crash in 2020, and the financial impact of the global pandemic, kind of Liverpool backed off from Timo Werner. What's your opinion on Timo Werner? We should have got that guy.
Yeah, we should have. Tottenham's got him now, but we should have when he was cooking for Chelsea.
Nah, and because we never got him, we got Jota, didn't we?
Yeah, but to me, I think Jota's the better player. Jota's the better
You reckon?
player. Yeah, but Jota is the
conversation there, you know. There's a conversation there.
Yeah, but I think Jota is the way better.
Yeah, but
he's getting Werner. But when Werner was in form, I think that's when we should have brought him. You know,
that's when we wanted him, but we didn't get him.
We didn't take advantage of it. You know, but Werner,
he was the financial crash 2020.
Yeah, but Werner, for Tottenham at the moment, he's doing all right. You know, but he can play striker and on the wings, which could have really benefited us. You know, we could have good rotation. But what I say about Werner, he's going to come front of goals. He's really going to come front of goals. He can have his off days. He's had a lot of off days. But when he's in front of that goal, he can finish. You know, 50% of the time, he can finish. So, yeah, Werner, I would have loved him. When he was at Chelsea, when he was scoring, when he was on his best, and he's really, really quick. He is so quick down that left-hand side. That's why Tottenham utilised him on the left, because he's really, really quick. You know, he's really, really quick. He would have caused some defenders nightmares. He would have scored. He would have assisted, because he's good at assisting. You know, He hasn't really got much goals, but his assist is really good. But, yeah, when he was younger, we should have took him back. But we couldn't. We couldn't really do nothing about that one. Yeah. But not now because he's a bit older, but when back then, like a couple of years ago, we should have got onto him. There's so many players that we.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, he wanted Tsukunami, didn't work out. He wanted Timo Werner. This is the financial crash impact their chance of getting him, which I don't believe that. So then they went for Diogo Jota for Wolves. They didn't pay up front. They paid it in installments, and Wolves accepted the installments. That's probably why. There you go. There's a cheapskate. Liverpool FC. They went for Jota, good player, injury prone, but they said to Wolves, "We'll give you installments," and they accepted it. I don't think the other team would have took it. That's probably why I went for Diogo Jota, but Timo Werner, it would have been a good choice for Liverpool as well. So that's another player that we missed out under the Klopp reign. That Klopp wanted. Another player that Klopp wanted after taking over in Liverpool in 2015. Klopp realised that they needed to add more quality on the flanks and identified as Dembele as a man on the right wing. Dembele had enjoyed an impressive breakthrough season at La Liga 1, Club Rennes in 2015-2016, but he went on to join Borussia Dortmund before moving to Barcelona 12 months later. I saw Klopp in Paris, but I told him that he said, Dembele said, this quote, Dembele said, I saw Klopp in Paris, but I told him I'd made up my mind to sign for Borussia Dortmund. And that was on the 2017 tour when Liverpool was on their tour, before the season, the pre-season tour. But he did want Dembele at the club. And see, this is what I'm saying. That's another player that I would love to be at Liverpool, Dembele. You know I like Dembele, yeah? I'm a big fan of Dembele. Imagine if he would have came to Liverpool, but he decided to stop over there. Borussia Dortmund, then he went to Barcelona after, and now he's at PSG now. So what do you think of Dembele? If you reckon he would have added something to Liverpool, I think he would have been great.
Definitely, man. Especially as a young talent back then. Yeah. Look, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know much about Dembele back then. This is just me.
No, did I? But
he was I heard that was such a good young talent. Why didn't we go out and bring out Ousmane Dembele? Look how good he is.
He didn't want to come. He changed his mind. That's what I said. He told Klopp a couple of years later, a year later, he saw him like Liverpool was on a tour, and he saw him and he said to Klopp, he made up his mind to go there, Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah. So look,
he's what he is.
I think if it was me, he would have added so much quality to the side, and I think as he developed, as a player, look how he's developed as a player now at PSG. Look how good he is at PSG. And I think if Ousmane Dembele would have accepted the offer from Klopp, he would have added so much quality to that side, especially the right-hand side.
Imagine. This is what I'm talking about. That's what people don't get, bro. This is what people don't get. Klopp wanted these players, and either the FSG didn't want to pay the money or they didn't want to come here. It's not Klopp's fault. Klopp can't just grip them up and say, come to Liverpool. Yeah. You can't do that, can he? This is what people don't get the balls. Got to think, Klopp failed, Klopp refused. No. You got to look upstairs. I believe any player will go anywhere if you offer him the right money. And I'm telling you now, when Klopp leaves, people are going to then regret. They're going to think, you know what, maybe we should have kept him. Maybe we should have gave Klopp more. Because people think that Michael Evans is this saviour that he's going to transform Liverpool. That's what everybody thinks he's going to transform. I'm not saying he's not going to, but we'll see, innit? We'll see. Now, and to the other player that Klopp wanted to sign, Ben Chilwell. After Liverpool's defeat in 2016 Europa League final, it became clear that they needed a new left-back. The Reds attempted to sign the Leicester City Ben Chilwell, but they were ultimately priced out of a move for the player and refused to meet the 10 million asking price. See, there you go, tightwads. So Ben Chilwell, what do you think about him, bro?
Nice. Look, probably back then, again, I didn't know. Probably back then he was good, but Ben Chilwell's not good, man. I remember I saw him like now. I saw him now. He's not that good. I remember when we played him in the Carabao Cup, and he's not really good at that left back position. I wouldn't have wanted Chilwell now or back then. No, I don't think he would have brought that much quality. As he's got older, I think he's 27, 28 now. Chilwell, he has added no quality to Chelsea whatsoever. Getting injured, or I rarely see him when the pitch is always injured. So that injury prone factor could have been a problem. I don't think he's developed well as a player. I've watched him play; he hasn't developed at all. I'm just sort of a normal average fullback. But yeah, Ben Chilwell for me. You wouldn't have been the one for Liverpool. So missing him out, not really a big deal.
Yeah, okay. It is what it is. Look, now that's enough for Klopp. Now we're going to move on to Darwin Nunes. Very controversial character. We know Darwin Nunes joined us a couple of years ago. He was supposed to be this next big thing. He's going to replace Mane. Didn't even come close. I gave him. You've heard me talk about him numerous of times over the past couple of years. I was a Nunes guy. I gave the guy a chance. I gave him a year and a half. I never bashed him ever. The only time I started questioning his ability was Christmas time this year. I gave him so much time. I didn't want to just, just say, oh yeah, after a couple of games, like some of the fans, I want to get rid of him. I gave him a year and a half. And now there's a lot of channels, big channels now, positive channels that are talking about Nunes, saying, I don't think he's the guy. He had Jamie Carragher and Sky News saying maybe he's not for Liverpool. You got Sturridge on Sky Sports saying why didn't he just finesse the ball or something? Why did he have to whack it directly at the keeper? So it's not just us as mere mortals on YouTube. The big guns are talking about it now on TV. So once you start hearing that in the news and you start hearing that around the media, there's a problem. I believe this is what I think. I think that Nunes, this is his last season at Liverpool Football Club. Unless when the new manager comes in, he sees something that we don't see. I believe that this would be his last. If Klopp was staying, he would never leave. If Klopp was staying, Nunes would be at the club till he's 40 years of age. If Klopp was staying. But because Klopp's leaving, I think his time is numbered, in my opinion. Like I said, he's been an okay player, not brilliant. He's been okay in times, and he's fast, pacey, but he just, for me, he hasn't got the finish for a striker, in my opinion, and I just don't think he's suitable for the football club, for Liverpool Football Club. If we want to win the Premier League, if we want to win the big trophies, he's not the guy to do it. Look who we won the Champions League with. How we got to the Champions League. We had Mane, Salah, Firmino. It's very simple, self-explanatory. Yeah, the three best front three in world football. Very simple. We ain't got the best front three in world football now. So if you calculate and work it out, I just don't think we're going to win the league with Nunes as the main striker.
No, look, you know how much I like Nunes, but we're not going to win anything with him. We're not going to win anything with him. If he's not going to be there for the club, he's not a striker at all. Not at all. He's not a 9. He's not a striker. He's nothing like Firmino. He couldn't even lace Firmino's boots. Yeah, we all know that. I think even on the wings, he can have his dodgy, but I think he's a better winger. But we're not going to utilize him there. We're not going to utilize him as a winger. Klopp ain't going to do him there while the time he's there. So he's going to basically be useless. He's going to be a stalemate down that middle. Maybe when the new manager comes in, I don't even know who's going to be at the club when the new manager comes in, because there's always rumours out we might sell him. That the new manager might sell him. We don't know. There's rumours, speculation. Don't really care about that. But when the new manager comes in, and it's most likely to be that Dutch guy, because he says that he really wants to come to the club and he wants the new club to be Liverpool. So maybe when he does come in, will he keep Nunes? That's the thing. Will he have it? Will he keep Nunes? Will he stick with Nunes? We don't know. But as long as we keep Nunes on that line, we're not going to win anything. Because Nunes has every single tool. He has every tool that he wants. He's got pace, he's got dribbling, he's got explosiveness.
Not every tool.
Not every tool, but the key tools to his game. But the tool he hasn't got is the final third.
He ain't got the striker instinct.
Wayne Rooney says it. He says Nunes is a great, great player, but the final third is lacking. That's roughly around what Wayne Rooney says in the punditry. Yeah. Right? And it's true what he's saying. It's true talk. Yeah. Because what's the point of being all fast, being all explosiveness, if you're not going to finish? This is why I miss the old school centre forwards. It's exactly what I miss. Someone in the middle that will actually put the ball away. If you're going to get all the flashy, I hate that. Why can't we just keep the simple game simple? I know you got your Brazilian, you got your South Americans with all the flair. We all know that. Let them do what they're going to do. At least put it to use. If you're going to use all that pace and all that rubbish, but you're not going to put the ball in the net, what's the point? we get onto Diaz later. It's exactly when I talk about Diaz later on in this video. But with Nunes, he's a threat. He's an absolute pace. He's a pace beast. He's an absolute freak when he's up in defenders. But if you're not going to be on the left, we're not going to win no league. We're not going to win nothing. We've lost the league already. Face it, we've lost the league. We've lost against Crystal Palace. We've lost against Everton. We've officially done, right? But if he's not going to be on the left, get rid of him, man, because he's not going to win this league. It's simple as that. He's not going to win this league. You know, these type of league races, we need goals. We need goal difference. But he's not going to cut it because you're going to have your two wingmen. They're going to pass the ball to Nunes because Nunes is the middle striker. The striker has lots of pressure. With the system we're in, he's got a lot of pressure on him. He has to take that. But when he's in front of goals, sometimes he can have some open goals. Not necessarily have to be an awkward goal. He has open goals and he still misses. I remember that one time, that one game, where he dribbled it around the keeper. There was no keeper in the net. He done the defender, gone. That's what I'm saying. He's got dribbling.
Remember when the ball come over and he hit it and he just went up? I don't know how that happened.
I don't know.
He just went clean up and there was no keeper there. Is that the one you're talking about?
Nah, the one I'm talking about is that he went round the defender, done him over. He went round the keeper, and then it was an open net, and he hit the post. He hit the post, and I got some stuff. I got another goal that sometimes it can be in that final third for a cutback. It's like when someone under the wing they cut it back, and then this guy's over the bar, and I'm thinking, mate, you got the goal in front of you. Why are you not finishing it off? I could finish it off. There's an open goal. I'm finishing it off. You know, but how does he miss an open goal? Anyone can score an open goal. Not a 7-year-old that plays football can score an open goal.
He's got no composure. He's missing composure from his game.
But come on,
he hasn't got the skills. He hasn't got the tools to be a striker. That's the point. That's what everybody's saying, and it's true. I've known it for a while now. I've known it since Christmas. I gave him a year and a half, like I said. 1 year and a half. 1 year and a half. Not free games like a lot of the fan base did. Not all of them, but some. I gave him a year and a half. And now time's done. That's it, just the way it is. And I don't think, in my guess now, I don't think he's going to be at the club next season. If he is, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked with Nunes. And look, and like I said, I've always said, sometimes players go to certain clubs and they just don't fit. And that's just the way it is. It's okay. Certain players do not fit into the system. And that's just the way it is. Maybe he's not suited to the Premier League. That's probably what it is as well. Maybe he'll do better in the Spanish League, more of a slow tempo. Maybe in the Italian League, more of a slow tempo than the Premier League. But in the Premier League, it's not working out for him. And it's not working out for him at Liverpool. And that's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you just get a admit defeat. You know, that it's just not working out. Now, he was a Klopp signing. Klopp's on his way. I can't see him being there for much longer. He'll probably do. I think he's got a year left on his contract. Probably. I think he's got a year left on his contract. Don't quote me on that. But if he has, he'll either see.
He left the contract. He's
got one more year.
Now, who's got a year? Who are you talking about?
I think Nunes might have another year on his contract. I think he has. I know Salah has. I know Salah's got a year left. I think Diaz has as well. But I don't know about Nunes. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a year or 2 years. But at the end of the day, right, they're not going to renew his contract.
4 years. He's got 4 years left.
He's got 4 years left on his contract.
Yeah.
So what contract did they give him then? A death row contract.
His contract expires June 30th, 2028.
Don't worry, that can be arranged. 2028.
Yeah, and he's I think he's worth now 70 million. He's worth now 70 million. People can easily buy him. But we won't get that through. No release clause. He's staying at Liverpool, so I want to see if we've got a release clause. Listen,
contracts can be changed. It can be sorted out because at the end of the day, there's people that had a couple of years left on the contract, 3 years after the contract, and are still left. If there's a get-out clause in his contract, which I'm not sure if we're going to know that, if there's a get-out clause in his contract, he'll be gone. He'll be gone. Unless the manager sees something in him that we don't. You know, one of them ones where the manager might come and say, you know what, I might keep you for another year to see how you go. I might not get rid of you yet. I might like change the system and see how you go. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can think of. But if Klopp was staying, like I said, if Klopp was staying, he wouldn't be going anywhere.
No, you know what? Look, another thing I want to say about Nunes and Liverpool is that why did we buy him for 85 million when his market value at the time was 55 million? You know how bad business that is? His market value at that time was 55 million. It was 55 million, the market value of his time. And the remaining contract at Benfica when we bought him had 2 years. He had 2 years left. He had 2025 until he's expired for Benfica. But why do we buy him for 85 million? This is 85 million euros. This is not pounds, 85 million euros. And at the time, it was 55 million. That's just stupid business from Liverpool. It's stupid business. You know, we paid too much for this guy. He's overpriced. We paid too much. We paid him 35 million, but now his market value now is 70 million. It has dropped because of his bad performances on that pitch, right? It has dropped. But I just don't understand why are we buying this much for a striker who had a couple of good seasons at Benfica and in the Champions League.
Klopp wanted him. But you remember he wanted finger first though.
Son.
Yeah.
He wanted Son.
You know, he wanted his son. Son was gonna his son, and he wanted Son, but he didn't get him, so we went for Nunes instead. And he wanted a Cuckoo, didn't get him, did he?
You know, there's just so many.
And that's how things go. And people still gonna blame Klopp personally. People can blame Klopp all they want, but at the end of the day, right? The facts are there. He wanted his son, they didn't get him. He wanted Tukanami, didn't get him. He wanted all these players, they didn't get him. So they gave him Nunes instead, and this is what we saddled with. And because Nunes is not working out, they're blaming Klopp. Klopp didn't want to sign him. Klopp wanted Song from Arsenal. That's what he wanted. When we wanted Tukanami, like we talked about earlier, nothing happened. But it is what it is, isn't it? People gonna look when people are in crisis, they like to point the finger straight away. They go, "Oh, it's the manager or the owners." It is what it is, isn't it? Look, let's move on to the next one. The next one we're going to talk about is who should we pick? Let's pick Diaz. Diaz. What's your opinion on Diaz? And do you think he should start our football club?
No, not at all. Get him out. Just get him out. You know, I can have patience with players, but there's only a time where it comes to that. It's either you keep the guy and you sell the guy. To me, I'm selling the guy. You know, I understand he's got the skills, he's got the dribbling. But what is the point? The skills and dribbling, if you're not going to keep the ball, if you're not going to assist, you're not going to participate in attack. Don't get me wrong, Diaz has been trying these past games. But I'm sick and tired of him going down the wings, does all the dribbling. He's greedy. Mane was greedy, but he's way better than Diaz. Diaz is half the player Mane was. He was half, not even half, a quarter. Not even a dime. He's a dime the player Mane was.
Yeah.
Mane was greedy, but he converted the chances. He converted the assists, right? He knew what he was doing. But Diaz, when he's down the left-hand side, this is me, he's going to lose the ball. And what did he go and do? He loses the ball. He loses the ball too much. He's not strong enough. He hasn't got that. I just don't understand with you. I know he's a trier, but he doesn't do nothing down the left-hand side. He doesn't assist.
No.
He doesn't get involved in attacking play. He's terrible. He's terrible. I'm sick and tired of keeping these players that are not going to convert chances or at least get an assist so we can get a goal. When's the last time Diaz scored? I know you don't really see Diaz score every week, do you? You don't really see him score every week. You don't really see him assist every week. The guy needs to go. You want to go Barcelona? Let him go. Let him go. I don't care. Let him go Barcelona.
Paris Saint-Germain. Another club that he's linked to as well, Paris Saint-Germain, Diaz.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, right, if you are not committed to the club, get out. I don't want you, man. You know, because I want people who are fully committed to the club.
Exactly.
Who try every single game.
Yeah,
you know?
try.
Now,
Now he was our best. Now, to be fair though, he was our best player the other day.
Yeah, but you know, if you think about it in the long term, he's been one of our worst players.
And that's and he was still low, but he was still our best player. At the 11, the 11 was horrendous, but he was the best out of a bad bunch, and it was the best out of a bad bunch of players. So what you said? So at the end of the day, right, I think Diaz, another player, he's just never going to score goals. Lots of goals that we need him to, not Salah. Which we'll go into Salah in a minute. If he wants to leave our club, he wants to go to PSG, or he wants to go to Barcelona, which he was heavily linked to as well. Let him go. If you don't want to be committed to our club and you want to go. It was just like with Coutinho when he went on the sick note. Yeah, remember that when he went on the sick note. He wanted to leave to He wanted to leave to Barcelona, and how did that work out? Well, it is what it is. Look, Liverpool FC, we move, and if he doesn't want to be at the club, we go. And actually, I want him to go as well. I just think we need. I told you yesterday after the game, when the game finished, I put up there. I put on the thing here, front three. I want gone. Very simple. So let's move on to the next one, the final one, which we're going to be talking about. Probably the most controversial one. Total is going to be Mo Salah. Mo Salah is probably being. There's definitely going to be a statue of him outside Anfield. Is he frozen? Is he frozen, Toto?
I'm all right,
I thought you frozen then. Mo Salah, probably the best player for Liverpool. One of the best players that ever played for Liverpool. There'll definitely be a statue outside of Anfield. The guy deserves it. He's got one of the best goal ratio records in Liverpool history. And but you can see now he's started to decline. And there's a lot of people that love Salah, and I'm one of them. I'm not going to admit it that he's declining. They'll say, "Oh, Salah, we should give him a 3-year contract." Come on, man. This is what I'm hearing. Give Salah a 3-year contract. What? How is that going to help Liverpool? Giving him a 3-year contract. You could see now he's starting to decline, and it's a shame because we all know Mo Salah when he come into our football club. Salah Klopp didn't even want him originally. He didn't even want him. I brought him in. And I think that was Edwards signing. Edwards wanted him in. And he came in, and the rest was history. The rest is history. He didn't want Mane. Klopp didn't want Mane as well. The rest is history. But at the end of the day, right, Salah deserves a statue outside of Anfield. He deserves to be honoured by Liverpool. But it's time to go. I think his legs are going. He's not the player who was on the wing. People can get at him. Now, you see him when he played the other day. He was just standing and the ball just usually would have jumped up for the head and he just stood there and watched the guy just jump over him and hit the ball like that. There's no fight from him. He looks tired. It looks like he's run out of steam. He actually looks like he's run out of steam, and it's a shame. Just like when you see Jurgen Klopp now. Jurgen Klopp looks like he's run out of steam, and it's a shame. So what do you reckon?
Salah, he has 24 goals and 13 assists this season. And people say, "Oh yeah, why we're getting at Salah when he's our top goal scorer and top assister? It's mad." No, we're getting at Salah because he's simply not been good enough. It's simple as.
When we need him, you know all them key games that we had. Didn't show up, man.
It's all right getting goals against Luton. It's always getting goals against these low teams. It's always getting goals in the Europa League. When we need you the most, you don't turn up. You do not turn up, Salah. And I'm saying this now. You've been terrible this season. You have been terrible. Compared to your prime, compared to your best days, they have gone back, and this is one of your worst seasons. I don't care if you've got 24 goals. I don't care if you've got 13 assists. I do not care about that. Where are we now? Where are we now? We are sitting in third place, right? Potentially could go at top 4, which I think we still finish top 4. But there is always a chance we could go at top 4, right? We have been terrible this season. Salah, when we need him the most, always ghosted. He takes his shots like he's casual, like we're winning the game. Simple little flipping tap on the ball, go straight at the keeper, skies every chance. I'm sorry, right? Him and Núñez have been our most unclinical strikers. They have.
I know.
How many Salah's scored 24 goals this season, right? How many of them has he missed? How many of them has he missed? You know, he's been at the starting 11, 74. You know, I hate that. Forget the stats, right? He's supposed to be our best player. Salah's supposed to be our best player. What has he actually done in the big games? Absolutely nothing. You know, he has sky chances. He is casual on the ball. He looks tired on that right wing. And it's like, as soon as we changed it up and as soon as we started Elliott, we look so much better. As soon as we start Salah, like, sorry, you're telling me now, yeah, that Salah, when I see Salah in a match, it seems like he's not even playing. He's a ghost.
I know.
He's a ghost. How many touches did he get last game? I don't know, 1 or 2 touches. How many touches?
But you know what? To be fair, the last 3 or 4 years, Salah, when it gets to the latter part of the season, you know, when it gets to the business end of the season, he always falls away. He's got a habit of always falling away. The last 8 games they're running, when the running starts, he just disappears. You don't really hear of him on the pitch, and he's been like that for the past couple of years. But you could see that look. If he stayed another year, which I would do not advise.
No.
For Salah to stay another year, because if he stays another year, he's going to leave on a free. I know he doesn't want to go. I heard that he doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. He doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia is going to be off the table, most likely. Because he said, I'm very shocked at that he doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. Because he'd be a martyr. That he'd be the king of Saudi Arabia. That's the biggest Saudi Arabian, the most popular Saudi Arabia Egyptian athlete in the world. But I heard that he don't want to go there, but we'll see what happens, because you know, in this business, money talks. But at the end of the day, yeah, I love Salah, and he's been a great servant for Liverpool Football Club. But at the end of the day, his time is done, and I don't like to say it, his time is done. There's a lot of people, right, with big channels that don't want to come out and say it because they don't want to upset people. Well, I'm not a big channel. I'm a small channel. I've been going since 2017. And even if I had 10,000 subscribers, my opinion is still going to be the same. I will never change my opinion. And if it's popular or not, I'm never going to change my opinion. If someone likes it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. That's just the way it is. I've got to give it to you, my opinion to you straight. I'm going to give my opinion to you straight. And I think Salah's legs have gone, and the decline has started. I think the decline started last year or the year. I think 2 seasons ago, the slow decline, but you could see it more now because when he's on the ball, you can see he's always getting beaten for the ball. Remember back in the day when Salah used to get the ball and he'd just run down there and no one could catch him. Now, if you watch him when he runs down the wings, which is not often lately, have you noticed he's not running down? He's more central now with Salah. He's playing more central as a sister. He's not running down the wings like he used to because he can't do it anymore. And if he does, he's getting caught.
This is why we are holding back, because the system we play, of course, play 4-3-3 wingers, centre forward, right? You see Salah in the game, he switches to the false 9.
Yeah,
he switches to the centre forward role. We can't run anymore. You know, he cannot run. This is why when we got rid of Salah for that one game, we stuck Diaz on the right, we stuck Gakpo on the left, and Jota through the middle,
and it worked.
That was our best.
That was our best front three.
Yeah.
But Jota got injured again. And then Gakpo couldn't be there because obviously Gakpo is not going to miss the birth of his child. And I wouldn't either. I wouldn't recommend. That would be the best thing for a man to ever do. The worst thing a man to ever to do, to play a football game and miss the birth of your child. So Gakpo, definitely congratulations. I hope his baby is healthy. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know what went on. But I hope his baby's healthy. But at the end of the day, right, Salah, for me, I think he needs to go. This season, I think. But I've just got this feeling they're going to give him an extension. A little extension on top of the deal he's got left, because he's got a year left on his contract. I think they're going to give him an extension. I don't want to give him an extension. But what pees me off the most, Toto, you know what pees me off the most? Where's the replacement? Where's the replacement? You remember at Christmas I said to you, why don't we need a defender and a winger? You remember I said that to you? I said to you, and I said it, and I done a YouTube clip. It was at Christmas time. We was on top of the table. I think it was about 4 or 5 points. And I said to you, Toto, we need a winger and a defender. And everyone goes, nah, we don't need one. Don't need one. I said, we need one. We're at top of the table. You want to stay there. Can't just rely on Salah. Because with Salah, the last couple of years, when it comes to the end of the season, what happens to Salah? He falls away. It becomes a ghost. It just falls away. I don't know what it is. The running, it falls away. You don't hear him. He just disappears. And don't blame Afcom, because Afcom, the people out there, look, Afcom, it's nearly every year, every couple of years. When it comes, even when he ain't got Afcom, when it comes to that latter part of the season, Salah becomes a ghost. Go and look at, whoever's into the stats, go and look at your stats. Look at the last 3 or 4 seasons, look at the last 10 games, and look at Salah's assist and goals, and you'll see that he's a ghost. I've checked it already checked. But yeah, I think Salah, and no disrespect to Salah, I love Salah, but I think it's time for him to go. I think it's time. And we should have had a right winger set up already to take his place. We should have had a understood. And I don't want people to say, it's Elliot. Elliot's not good enough to replace Salah. Forget it.
No.
Forget it. Not good enough. Elliot's not going to win us the Premier League. You're not going to see Elliot run up the wings, bang it in or score the goals that Salah does. There's not many wingers out there. Actually, there's not many wingers out there that can do that. And Elliot's not one of them. Elliot's not one of them. The only one for me that can come close is Dembele. And we ain't got him, is he? And he ain't going to come to Liverpool now. Dembele. This is why Klopp wanted Dembele back in the day. Again, Klopp wanted him, but FSG didn't. There you go. Very simple. Oh, look, Salah, if he doesn't leave this season, next season, the next couple of years, he's going to be gone. So I'm asking you now, Toto Hammer. I'm asking you, do you think who's going to replace Salah when he does eventually leave? Who would you like to see to replace Salah when he eventually leaves?
A person I would love to see is that Mohamed Kudus for West Ham. I know he played for West Ham, but he looks like an absolute amazing player. Of course, you got Elise as well for Crystal Palace. Elise is the one who I'd defo go for. I won't go for Clafford Star from Napoli because at the end of the day, I know I've said so much time about Clafford Star and he's a really, really good player, but at the end of the day, he plays in the Italian league and that's different. Right, I want a player who's proven himself in the league. And that is either Mohamed Kudus or Elise. And I'll go for Elise. I will go for Elise, man. Elise is cooking at Crystal Palace. An absolute beast at Crystal Palace. Down that right-hand side, he is quick. He can shoot. He can score. I tell you now, Solo, he can score. I'm telling you, he's a really, really good scorer. He can play more central. He can play right. He can play right wing. He can run down the wings. He can run forever. You know, he's that kind of player. And Elise, yeah, I'm really interested for him to go in the right wing. That's just me personally saying what Liverpool should go for. Even though Liverpool's not going to go for him, we should go for him.
Yeah.
He played for Crystal Palace. It's an easy team. We should go there, grab him, and see what we could do with Liverpool. He would fit perfectly into our system. Premier League proven, right winger, young, 21, 22 years old. Go out and buy him, man. But we're not going to buy him, are we? So, yeah, that's my dream out the window. But that's something to go for.
But the thing about it, Toto, we should have got this guy before. But what we've done, we've waited till Salah's on his last legs because that's what it's going to look like. And who's there going to replace him? There should have been a guy coming in already, unless Edwards have got someone sized up already. Maybe. We don't know. We're not privy to know. We're just YouTubers. Then where we get 5 followers a video, I get it. But we're not privy to know. But we should have someone already sized up. When next season starts, and I don't care if anybody agrees with me or not. There's people who've got the opinion. That's the whole point of doing podcast on YouTube. People's got their opinion. You agree to disagree. It is what it is, yeah? Some people get violent. Some people don't. Some people don't like it. It is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, when Liverpool begin the season, 2024... No, 2023. Now, what's the way? It's 2024. That's a 2024/2025 season. When we start that season next season, I do not want to see the same front three at my football club. I don't want to see Darwin Núñez. I don't want to see Mo Salah, and I don't want to see Núñez starting for my football club next season. I just don't want to see it. No disrespect to them, but it's time for a change. And I've heard a lot of YouTubers say this as well, so it ain't just me. It's not just me. I said as soon as that match finished at Everton, that was the last straw for me. I tweeted directly after the game. I said, I want these front three out of my football club. And it's not disrespecting, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. That's it. So, also, what are you saying, man, before we head off? It's getting late now still.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying we need a fresh start, fresh manager. Of course, I think we're going to get that Dutch guy as a manager, you know. Fabrizio reported, he says, my favourite team to go for is Liverpool. And he said that I want Feyenoord to let me go. And he wants to come to Liverpool. And it's more likely that Liverpool will sign the guy. And it's looking really, really, really likely now that we're going to sign him. Fabrizio's reporting it all. And when Fabrizio reports it, it's usually facts. But sometimes they can get it wrong.
Not always.
Sometimes they can get it wrong. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
but
But
have you noticed we've been hearing all this news about conversations that happen, but we've never heard a confirmation that he signed for Liverpool. This has been going on over a week now with this guy, nearly a week. And we keep hearing the same rhetoric from all the reporters. We've had one meeting, we've had a second meeting, we've had all this, but nothing concrete.
Yeah,
Nothing concrete that he signed anything.
Yeah, so
not.
the manager says, I believe Feyenoord will let me join Liverpool as it would be a massive step for me. The negotiations ongoing between clubs. I'm here waiting. I'm happy at Feyenoord, but LFC would be a fantastic opportunity for me.
Every manager said that.
He said as well, I'd like to become new Liverpool manager. My decisions are clear. Feyenoord and Liverpool are in talks to negotiate. I'm waiting to see what come out of it. I'm confident, waiting for the club to reach an agreement, told ESPN, and that's exactly what he said as well. So it looks really, really good. It looks really likely now that he's going to come to Liverpool. And I think he's going to come to Liverpool. You know, I don't want to fall for it. I don't want to be that guy who falls for it. I never fall for it, really.
I don't care anyway.
I don't want to be that guy who falls for it, but he looks like he's come to Liverpool, man. And
well, we're going to... Yeah. So we're going to do in a space tomorrow. It is what it is, bro. We're just going to suck it up. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a F1 debrief tomorrow, and we're going to be doing a space. Yes, we're going to be doing a space tomorrow, guys. If you're watching this, we're going to be talking about the football. I think if he does join, I think he's going to land tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the football, and we're going to be doing a debrief. And on the debrief, we're going to be talking about not just what happened at the No Mark Grand Prix in China. We're going to be talking about the news, what's just breaking now, that Adrian Newey is leaving Red Bull, and there's big rumors that he might be heading to Ferrari. And I said this. I said, you think Lewis don't know what he's doing? I said that Lewis Hamilton knows exactly what he's doing. Lewis Hamilton knows exactly what he's doing. They came to him and they said to him, look, just like in 2012, Mercedes came to them when he was at McLaren and said to him, look, Lewis, this is the project. This is the way we're going. When the new regulation change, it's going to happen. They went there for the 2013 season just for a test out. And when the new regulations kicked in 2014, what happened? Mercedes dominated. Same thing's going to happen again, I think. I'm not going to put my money on it. So I'm not like a betting man like that. But I'm going to go with it. I think that Adrian Newey is leaving Red Bull at the end of this season. And he's going to go to Ferrari and he's going to develop their car. And when the new regulations kick in, in 2026, Ferrari's going to be the dominant car. And this is why Lewis went there. This is why Lewis, when you see Lewis in interviews and that, every night he's always smiling. Because he knows what's happening. He knows what happened behind the scenes. But it's breaking news now coming in that Adrian Newey is leaving Red Bull. And we're going to be talking about that on the debrief tomorrow. So it's going to be debrief, and I'm going to put a different thumbnail up instead of having the same old dry up thumbnail. But it's still going to be the debrief. So big up to that as well. So what's your thoughts on that before we head off? I know it's a football thing, but what do you think? It's a sport channel. So what do you think of this Adrian Newey?
Yeah, Adrian Newey, I think when he does go to Ferrari, because of course Ferrari would want him there, and plus Hamilton's going to go there as well. So like I said, Hamilton going to the right team at the right time he actually went to the right team at the right time. To
He knew what he was doing.
And now Adrian Newey might be going to Ferrari. It's an absolute amazing move what Hamilton did. So, yeah, it's going to be a really good decision for Adrian Newey. You know how good Adrian Newey is. You know, Adrian Newey built that Red Bull car to be quick, and it's all Adrian Newey. It's Adrian Newey's car, and yeah, just like Jeremy Clark said at that Grand Prix, Adrian Newey is going to win the race because it basically is Adrian Newey's car, and he's providing that pace. That blistering pace from that Red Bull car, but him going to Ferrari's going to cook.
That's the rumours he's gone to Ferrari. He will go there, I think.
This is me saying about rumours. It's all speculation, but if he does go to Ferrari's going to be so good, and Hamilton's going to be laughing all the way to the bank when Adrian Newey comes.
He knows this already, by the way.
He knows like that. He knows this, man.
This is why he went there. This is what I said. I said it. See, this is what I'm saying. If I had a bigger audience, that people followed me, they'd know that everything I say, it always comes through.
Yeah.
When that kicked in, when he was going to Ferrari, at the time, I was happy when I found out he was going to Ferrari. About an hour later, when I started to get my bearings together, I started thinking about it. I goes, he knows what he's doing. This smells of 2012 when he was at McLaren. I remember Button coming out on the TV and said, "Oh, I don't know about him going to Mercedes." Everybody was saying, "What are you going to that crap place for? What are you going to that crap? It's not better than McLaren." And it wasn't better than McLaren at the time, but they didn't realise what was going to happen in the future. So when he joined in 2013, Mercedes wasn't the best team, but you could see when it got to the latter part of 2013 that Mercedes was starting to catch up. Red Bull were the best car, but Mercedes was still getting better. And then when the regulations clicked in 2014, the rest is history. Mercedes dominated. And I think this is going to happen again. When the new regulations kick in, it's not going to be Red Bull because it's always another team. It passes around. Every regulation, one team gets it right, and it's never the same team. This is why Mercedes didn't get this one right. They dominated the hybrid era, but they didn't dominate the ground effect era. That was Red Bull. And this era is going to be the new era, and it won't be Red Bull, and it won't be Mercedes. I think this time it's going to be Ferrari. And you can see that Ferrari's car is fast. And we never even know. We might even McLaren might nail it, because McLaren started to pick up as well. But when the new regulation changes, it's all about the engine power. Not so much the ground effect now. It's all about the engine power. And when that kicks in, I can't wait. And I want to see Lewis Hamilton winning again and win his 9th world title. And when he goes to that and he can retire at Ferrari with 9 or 10 world titles, he can make a film and it'll be the perfect ending to a perfect story. That the greatest driver in the world today that will be finishing up at Ferrari in the red, and he can look at all his haters and say, take that and smoke it. Big up. And I can't wait. So, this is Solo P1 signing out. You got anything to say, Toto, before we head off?
Nothing else to say. I could not load karting footage because my camera, for some reason, did not work. I don't know why. I need to try and invest in a new camera. But next time I go karting, I will provide footage, defo footage. I'm going to get a new camera case and everything. It's going to be all before that.
Cool, man.
Time. So, yeah, man, let's keep looking out for the content on the channel.
That's it, man. Big up to everybody. Remember our socials underneath. If you like our social like that on the wall, which will be staying there anyway, or do you like our socials up on the screen like this? Actually, I like it like this, actually, too, or do you like them like that? Or do you like our social like I like the socials on the wall. It's different, isn't it? Everybody's got the socials there. But it is what it is. So, we're signing out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. The pre-record will be coming tomorrow. It's going to be the debrief. I don't know what episode it is, but I'll figure that out. And it's going to be a different form now this time. Not just going to have us on the front with our overalls. It's going to be a different form now because it's going to be more about Adrian Newey and the Chinese Grand Prix as well. So I'll figure that out tonight. I'll do that form now probably tonight or tomorrow morning. And then we'll be uploading that. That'll probably go live tomorrow, probably about 7. But we will be doing a space tomorrow. We'll be talking about the football regarding Liverpool. Bit similar to what we did today, where we go from now. So what are you saying, Toto, yeah?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
You look tired, man. I'll let you go, man. I'll let you go. So big up to everybody. Remember to smack the like button and see everybody and have a good night and have a good day tomorrow. See you later, guys. Thanks for the 4 views. See you later. Bye.
Happy New Year.